this show gave me goosebumps. Hey guys, and welcome to my world. So, guys, a week or two ago I started watching that new show Riverdale on Netflix. And as much as I like it, okay, as much as I like it, it feels very much like a soap. It's like Netflix's very own EastEnders, pretty much. Anyways, while I was watching maybe episode 7 or 8 of Riverdale, I had a subscriber message me on Snapchat. Yes, I will happily talk to you guys. Hashtag friends. But yeah, I was asked if I had watched or was going to watch 13 Reasons Why, and if I could review it. And I was like, yeah, sure. I looked it up. I hadn't heard much of it. I saw it on Netflix. I saw it on the recently added, and I was just like, don't know what that's about. Let's have a look. Let's just say I've stopped watching Riverdale. I have, and I binged through 13 Reasons Why in 2 or 3 days. My God. Wow. Let's talk about it. Now, this show is very unique in a way. It takes the sort of concept of leaving a message like you see in P.S. I Love You or something, which I absolutely love, by the way. Yeah, I watch romantic films, but it gives leaving a message behind after death a darker underbelly of grit and depression, and it's very, very realistic in that way. Like, this show is definitely not for the lighter heart. I'll say that for sure. Wow. Now, this show, okay, is very dark, very depressing. It really is. So in this story, in this show, it follows the character of Clay, who's played by the guy in the Goosebumps film, if you didn't get my intro. But it is centered around the character of Hannah, in which the story goes, Hannah commits suicide. That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. Don't dislike this video. Don't go away. It's not a spoiler. That is what the show is about. It's very dark, very depressing, okay? And Clay gets home to find this mysterious package on his door, and he opens it up, and inside are several recorded home tapes, in which Hannah has recorded 13 Reasons Why. Whoop, there it is. I said it. Yeah, she has recorded 13 reasons that led her down this dark, lonely path to eventually taking her own life. Now, each tape, or each side of a tape, is an episode. It's centered around one character. So an episode will be centered around one character that has done Hannah wrong in her life, that was a reason for leading her to commit suicide. And each tape gets worse and worse and worse, okay? Now, Clay isn't the first to receive these tapes. The first tape, the person that is about will receive the tapes, and they pass it down the line. And there is someone in the show that gives them the tapes and makes sure they listen to the tapes. And like I said, Clay isn't the first to receive these tapes, okay? So, and you don't find out his number till later on in the show, which is really intriguing, because as the reasons are quite tame, and then they get darker and darker and darker. And you're sat there like, that's a reason? Okay. And then when they get darker and darker, you're sat there just like, what the hell has Clay done? Like, Clay's a nice guy, and you're just like, what did Clay do that's so bad? Because, like, the reasons, they get worse. And it really, in that way, in that sense, it really intrigues you into the show, because you want to know what Clay's done, you want to know what other characters are involved, and it hooks you. It hooked me straight away. I'm so glad that I was asked to watch this show, because I thoroughly really enjoyed it. Now, obviously, we get Hannah narrating the show as we listen to her recorded tapes. And I really, really liked the style this show had. And for a show that is centered around a depressing subject and ultimately sad story, it really wasn't hard to watch. Now, obviously you've got imagery you get and the situations you get are kind of hard. They're very unsettling and uncomfortable to watch at times. But as a show, this was really, really enjoyable and easy to binge through. Like, a thing this show did really well is it hooked you with the mystery aspect. Like Clay, we are basically Clay. And we're trying to figure out, piece together the story, whether it's all true what Hannah's saying in the tapes, whether it's not true, whether other people are right, and why Hannah did what she did, and the reasons that led her there. This show keeps the intrigue throughout, and it just, guys, it hooked me straight away and throughout. It really did. Don't get me wrong though, some bits like plot devices used in this and characters and character motives can be a bit predictable at times, because you've got a few typical cliche high school douchebags in this show. Man, this show really made me not miss school. It really did. But yeah, other times the show does take you by complete surprise, and you're sat there like, damn, I did not see that coming. Oh, this show was so good. Oh, it was. Now, the acting in this is great for the most part. Characters in this are great. Obviously, like I said, some characters are a bit cliche to those typical high school jock douchebags. And at times, some of the actors were a bit annoying and a bit bland, for me anyways, at first. Specifically, the ones that played Jess and Jason. Now, when you first meet them, they're very, very bland, very, very one note. But as the show got on, they both progressed, they both were developed, specifically in the later episodes, which actually allowed the actors that played Jess and Jason to actually have their ability of acting shift and see them in a whole different light, which was really, really cool. And in the end, I kind of liked Jason as a character. So that was really nice to see. Favourite character though, Tony. It has to be Tony. That guy was just the definition of cool. He really was Tony. He sort of reminded me of like a greaser from like the Bully game. But a really cool, nice version. Now obviously this show has its highs, its lows, its happy moments, its definitely sad moments, and at times this show can get quite dark. And when I say dark, I mean dark. This is a show about bullying, suicide, depression, all of that. And when you finally see it, and you will see it, because this show doesn't hold back. Man, when you see the suicide, I was sat there biting my hand like, ah, it does not hold back. And to be honest, that is something this show does very, very well. It doesn't shy away from it. This is a show about the outcomes of bullying, the effects of suicide, not just on the victim, but the people that are left behind afterwards. Is very, very lifelike, and you can feel the impact of everything. Every character in this show is going through something, or has made someone go through something, and you can feel the impact of it all. It feels very, very real. And it, like I said, it makes you feel very uncomfortable, and that's a good thing. Because with a show like this, it could have easily been tamed down. It could have been made more friendly, and they could have held back quite a bit, but they didn't. They went for it, and that is why it's an 18. It's an 18 on Netflix. It's rated R. They could have quite easily held back, but they didn't. I'm so glad they didn't, because this is something the show did really, really well, showing you everything in detail. It was so good. Now, my biggest negative with this show is the ending. Now, take that with a grain of salt, because I don't mean it's a bad ending. By all means, it's not a bad ending. And it's not one of those shows that's great throughout and then just declines with a crappy finale. It is not like that at all. What I mean when I say the ending is that it just didn't end how I would have preferred it to end. If anything, it didn't end. It really didn't. I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a season 2. And again, for me personally, I'm not sure how a second season will fare, considering we've heard all the tapes. Hannah narrates those tapes. And with everything that happened in season 1 and hearing the 13 reasons, and now we know everything, I just don't see what's going to happen with them or the characters and how they're going to go about it with tapes or Hannah even being in it. But then again, it's not concluded, and obviously I want to know more. I do. I want to see what happens with these characters, the outcomes of everything that happened. I want it to be concluded, but for me, I would have preferred to see one conclusive season and that's it, because I don't know how I feel about it being a season 2, considering I don't know whether it's going to feel a bit iffy with Hannah if they have Hannah narrating it without tapes, or if they don't have Hannah narrating it. I don't know where it's going to shift for me. So again, I would have liked one concise, concluded season, but I am excited for a season 2. Now, I know this show was a book adaptation, and I can't really comment on whether it's a good one or not because I haven't read the book, but usually it goes that books are better than the films or the shows. But as an overall Netflix show goes, I genuinely loved this. I really did. I fell in love with this dark, depressing show. I don't know whether that says a lot about me or not, but this show really, really did hit me as well, because it relates to a time in my life where I was lonely and I was depressed. And on a certain level, not all the way, but on a certain level, I could really relate to this. On an emotional aspect, on an emotional side. And let me tell you something, this show does it really, really, really well. It builds and it builds and it builds upon the feelings of depression and loneliness and all of that, just like it would build in real life. So as you see it get worse and worse and worse, that's exactly what it's like in real life. And the show handled that really, really well, and it was nicely done, to be honest with you. And I really loved that side of the show. Now, overall, this show has its cliche moments, obviously, with the high school. It has its cliche high school characters, but it has a great, mysterious, well-acted and well-directed story with great emotions that I just loved watching. I really did. It has a great message as well. About bullying, school life, etc., that just hooks you straight away, and I can't help but love this show, and I'm excited to see where they go with season 2. I'm hoping that it keeps what's so great about the first series in the second series if they do one. If not, then it's just going to be an ambiguous ending. But guys, have you seen 13 Reasons Why, and what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comment section below all your thoughts. And is there any other Netflix shows you'd like me to watch? Like I said, I'm watching through Riverdale. If there's any you've seen or any you want to recommend, let me know down in the comment section below, or add me on Snapchat. It's in the description. And yeah, feel free to message me. And also, if you know anyone going through a hard time or that is feeling low right now, then just be there for them. That's all I can say, guys. Just make sure that you're there for them. Make sure they're getting the help they need. And guys, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See you later. So guys, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay up to date with content from me, then click subscribe here.
I've linked a few other videos here for your entertainment. If you want to check those out, just click on the image shown. If not, look over my channel. I'm sure there's some other content you will enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, take care.